What are some skills people think are difficult to learn, but in reality are easy and impressive?
A few moments later.
Appliance repair. If it's just a busted part, and usually it is, you can order the part online and watch a YouTube video on it and save yourself hundreds of dollars every time. We've repaired our refrigerator, dishwasher and clothes washer a few times. My washing machine stopped spinning. YouTube showed me how to take it apart, like all Hiway apart. It's cool to learn how it all works and see it in action, you know. Also, the broken part was, as YouTube suggested, a piece of rubbery plastic between the motor and the part that makes the drum spin, the clutch. It was called a Lovejoy or a coupling. $12, works like new. And it's not just appliances. Later, that same washer, the hose feeding it water, corroded and broke. When I tried to take it off the pipe, it was connected to totally shattered. It was copper pipe, so I assumed I'd have to get someone out to cut it out and smell it, some new copper fitting or whatever. Turns out the valve isn't part of the main pipe and just screws in. It took a little work, but I was able to just stick in a screwdriver in the broken end and twist it off and buy a new one at Lowe's. Less than $20 and 10 minutes of work. Just try things first, you'll be surprised what you can do. I used to change phone screens a lot for a small fee. It all started with me breaking my first phone screen. Gave it to a guy to fix it up for me. Took him a month just to tell me that he couldn't figure out where to order spare screen from. Got pissed up with him, took my broke phone home, googled it for a bit, and in 20 minutes ordered a new screen, which came in the next few days. Looked on YouTube, went to the hardware store to buy them tiny screwdrivers for the tiny screws, and from that point it snowballed. Now my mate does the same as a size gig, because I showed him once. So true. Replaced a tiny capacitor on a big stainless steel refrigerator freezer for $50, and it's been running for years since. A new unit would have cost thousands. I recently replaced the tube thing connecting our dryer to the gas line. When looking for the part at Home Depot, an employee straight up told me that doing this myself would kill me and I must hire a professional. Took me about 10 minutes to hook it up and get the dryer running again, and using one YouTube video. Always YouTube it. The part we replaced on our dishwasher just involved unplugging it, pulling the washer out, unscrewing the old part and disconnecting it, then adding the new one, connecting it, screw it back together and putting everything back. Took less than the building a small Lego set, and just as easy. I fixed my range cooker, which I love, and was therefore gutted it had broken down. Working out what was wrong with it, ordering the part and fitting it was right up there. One of the most finest independent achievements and incredibly inexpensive. Did that with my dryer. Googled the issue. A list of common things came up. I just had to check and see what it was. Ordered a $10 heating element and put that bad boy in. This is confusing to me. I remember when I first wanted to move out, people would tell me, learn how to cook, learn who to call, what to do, buy books, etc. Do people know of YouTube? You want to cook? Just search lunch recipe. And you can even get more specific if you're on a diet. There's so much information out there, there's really no need to learn how to do things beforehand. Whenever the need comes up, just search for it. I know, right? It annoys me how people are too scared to fix their own stuff. Even if I send them a YouTube video about it, some people are still too scared to touch any appliance. This can be said for a lot of small things like that. I've done minor car repairs, appliances, simple electrical fixes, and even furniture repair by Googling what is wrong and watching a YouTube video. It's only ever come to the point of not being able to do it a few times. I did this with my furnace and it saved me about $800. For sure, one time I took apart a non-freezer because Dad left it unplugged like always. Anyway, when I put it back together, it only blew hot air, so I pushed it into the creek. It worked fine before I took it apart, so Dad was pissed. In a situation like that, I always say it's better to just keep trying, so I took apart the lawnmower next. It's good to know how to take stuff apart. My roommate told me his sink stopper in his bathroom was stuck in a position to clog the drain and that it wouldn't get back up. He wanted to call maintenance plumber for our building to fix it. I should have let him do it just to see the guy's face, but no, I intervened. Sink was fine in a few minutes. Between learning how to change my oil and learning how to install a broken flush valve on a toilet, I must have saved well over $1,000. It's honestly shocking how easy this stuff can be. Not every tradesperson is talented so much as experienced. I used to work in a white goods repair. If you call out an engineer, you really are paying more for the experience than talent. Some guys were naturally very good at it, but it was more than they were naturally very good at learning from experience while working. That said, the diagnosis is often the hardest part, and it can cost you a fortune throwing parts at things hoping that one will fix it. Someone with experience, the right set of tools and access to the right information is better suited in those cases than trying it yourself. There's a YouTuber called Mike Boyd, and he makes videos on learning skills like these. For example, he learned how to solve a Rubik's Cube. His videos show how an average person could learn these skills. Honestly, juggling, don't get me wrong, it's pretty hard to do the complicated shit, but just picking up 3 items and juggling doesn't take much practice. I learned it a while ago, and whenever I pick up anything and juggle with them for a few seconds, everyone's like, "Whoa, you can juggle." Eating with chopsticks. I read how to do it and just tried. The next few times I ate Chinese, suddenly I realised I accidentally got good at it. When I was first dating my wife, one of our first dates was to go out to a Chinese place. She was impressed when I was just casually eating with chopsticks, and I've since showed her how easy it is. Before learning to drive, I always thought it was so complicated and soon realised it really wasn't manual. Cracking an egg with one hand, just give it a try. It's unbelievably easy and you can figure out on its own. It's easier than using 2 hands. In mine. Photography. Get a camera. Doesn't even need to be amazing. That can shoot a RAW. Hell, even most phones shoot good quality RAW these days. Then use Lightroom and follow a basic YouTube tutorial. I've had photos using in marketing campaigns by major festival events, and literally all I do is go to the photos that looked like they were taken on a disposable camera to that. We'll start shooting in RAW and watching a couple of YouTube tutorials on Lightroom that took up less than an hour of my time. People always say how impressive my photos are, but I have to put this out as I have no natural skill.